So I'm starting recording again, and we'll start. This is Dan Mapes, everyone. He is the president of Versus Labs Inc. and the director of the Spatial Web Foundation, and he just gave really one of the seminal talks of our era, in my opinion. It was so incredibly amazing. If you didn't catch it, if you just zoomed in now, we'll have all these talks up. And now we're going to transition for the next hour and go around the virtual room and ask what we can collectively do for you. And we will karmically give back the favor of your wisdom by starting with you, Dan. What can all of us here today on the Zoom and the people we know in our communities do to help you lift off the spatial web?
Oh, thank you, Molly. Yeah, and again, thanks for putting on this event today. This is awesome. No, I think really share the ideas that we've been sharing today, and then we'll collaborate in the next year on and figure out some really great things to build together that showcase the capabilities of the system. And really, what we want to do is turn the world on. I think Doug said it really well. When we get to 1 billion people that are involved in this new kind of digital economy and digital civilization, we really get to the tipping point, and it causes a waterfall effect. So the better examples we have of what these technologies can do, how the tokens work, how tokens combine with AI and VR and AR and these kinds of IoT devices and 5G and Starlink and all the other great technologies that are all kind of coming together to create a new platform on which we build things. As we build things together, then it really does kind of turn the world on to oh, gee, wow, this is an extraordinary new play space. This is a new economic environment. This is a new place to socialize. This is a really cool new way to learn. And so that's really, I think, the best gift you can give us is we'll work together and figure out the coolest thing we can figure out to do together.
Oh, that's beautiful, Dan. And thank you for being a mentor to me. And I've learned so much from being able to hear you speak about these things. And it has opened my mind in extraordinary ways. And today, everyone who had the benefit of hearing your amazing talk. And we will do just that, all of us, for certain. And I'm going to now, Michael Hayworth is here. We're doing our executive roundtable, Michael, and we're going around the virtual room. Dan just gave such an epic grand finale trailblazer talk keynote, and
he's most certainly an epic human being, so he blew my socks off. I'm just sitting here going, wow. I just can't believe it.
Yes. And Michael, we turn to you. What can the collective AI showbiz community do to support your work and your efforts?
Well, in essence, we're sitting in a community of A-list technologists. And I've got a community of A-list artists, creators, and storytellers. Now, you put us together in one room together and we say, hey guys, wouldn't it be cool if, yes, but how, here's how, cool, let's do it. It's done. That's very cool. In essence, every goal that anybody has here, if they can't do it, they will find someone within the creative community that does. And I like to blue sky with the smartest people on the planet. And I think any one of you that are interested, I believe that the positive exchange of value is priceless. And I would like to provide that to you. And I would like to exchange that value. In exchange for that, if there's anything I can do, as far as creative, as far as story, as far as anything that you might imagine might be able to enhance you to the next level. As far as that goes, please, it would be an honor.
Oh, that's great, Michael. Thank you. Thank you for offering up your beautiful community. And what an exquisite moment in time that we can all be in this virtual room together and collectively as one help each other and lift each other up further. I will turn to Doug now. Doug, wow. As a first-time AI Showbiz Trailblazer speaker, you were amazing, and talking about 5G. And really, I think some of your remarks dovetailed or contextualized in some ways some of the points Dan was making. I saw a lot of interchange back and forth. And I would just turn to you, Doug, to hear about over at Nokia and the fine work you're doing there. What can the AI showbiz community do to support your efforts?
Well, I would say, first of all, do what you're currently doing. I mean, show it this message, to this community, I think is just so critical. So keep doing that. I have a phrase that if a job is dirty, dangerous, or dull, give that to AI. But if it's a job that requires creativity, critical thinking, cooperation, collaboration, communication, caring, compassion, and kindness, that's what humanities really goes for. And so, this community, the soaring, we're in the soaring 20s. And my spirit soared today because of this field of collaboration, of creativity, cooperation. And so I just want more of what was today.
Oh, that's great. That's so beautiful. And I thought I saw, okay, I'm going to go next to Jacob Martin, who I'm already getting questions for you and yeah, about the legal front. As we're gathering in this executive roundtable to support each other, what can we do to help you with the fine work you're doing, advising everyone through the legal excitement, the legal jungle of NFT?
Yeah, I would say, obviously, if you've got projects that are interesting that makes sense to introduce me to, then great. But one thing I'm really looking for and kind of building out is just like subject matter experts that I can go to myself, right? So I talked to someone today who's known for structuring some of the biggest crypto funds, right? Like, oh, sorry, there we are. I talked to someone today who structures funds, specifically Yev, who spoke today. We also chatted offline about a project I'm working on with her. And so everything I'm working on just touches, as I mentioned earlier, so many sections that I'm kind of like a filter at this point, I guess, where it's like I generally understand all of the things, but also no one understands all of the things. So
well,
I try
Jake,
to be really...
I spent 3 years teaching hedge funds and family offices due diligence and compliance on blockchain. And I have a Rolodex of awesome, and like whatever question you have, I guarantee you there's somebody in my Rolodex who has it. So feel free, my Rolodex is yours.
Aww.
Nice. Thank you. Look at that. See, stuff like that's very helpful.
Adrian,
That goes for me as well. I believe that we should all have an open Rolodex, and I have everything from theme park designers, AI designers, technology, to independent filmmakers. So whatever you need.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
mine's more focused on due diligence, compliance, law, accounting, tax, where to domicile and why. And I know the heads of about 8 different countries who all want blockchain projects. So they're willing to move quickly when necessary.
This is exciting. I think we can be the galactic empire here, just with the people that are here at this moment here now.
And Molly, and I already texted you. Obviously, connect me with Tim Draper. I'll drive to San Francisco tomorrow to sit in his office for 20 minutes and figure out how he's going to do what he's trying to do. Because, like I say, lawyers suck. We're also deeply necessary sometimes. And if he's going to try to build something that's frictionless, then it's going to have to be done holding hands of lawyers, right? I'm sure he's got a slew. Yeah, I'm always, that would be a fun one to work on.
I will absolutely. I saw your note, pass it along. Martine Wasting is here from Open Earth Foundation, and you gave such a beautiful talk today. And of course, the dolphin, the ocean drop. I've been dreaming since I've heard you say ocean drop. I just have dreams every night of the beauty of that and the possibilities. What can we do, Martine, to help in support of the Open Earth Foundation and the Open Climate Project that Dan was referencing in his remarks?
Thank you, Molly. And it's been really fun and inspiring to join all of you today on this special May 4th. And I would say the first part of the role that we could do to help is to be every day higher conscious of the impact that we have on the planet, and work on more aligning and just every day trying to improve, because it really takes everyone doing their own collective action. And so that would be the first part, because that is the purpose of the foundation. Concretely, obviously, you can visit our site. There's different ways to connect. We, as a nonprofit, obviously have ongoing sort of donation campaigns, so we can onboard crypto and non-crypto to support different projects, like the one that we talked about earlier today around ocean conservation. And our work obviously aligns 100% with everything that Dan describes. It's part of the open digital infrastructure that we need to be able to better manage, or how we said on Earth Day, the operating system for Spaceship Earth. So a lot of that support goes towards researching and developing that infrastructure. The sooner we work and we align on that, I think the faster we'll be able to have coordinated actions, and also significantly reduce a lot of the costs that day to day and year to year takes us to manage any form of planetary decision, from climate change or biodiversity protection. And then obviously anyone that's doing something that's relevant. I saw that Scotty was here earlier, or is still around. Any project that relates to this space, we're always excited to see how to connect people, because in many ways our task is to make whatever project that is on the energy or climate space talk to each other and interoperate. So those are all also obviously opportunities to connect and engage. And then finally, stay put for the ocean drop coming up, and bid hard, and we'll have more artists coming in and join it for launching that program. And Molly will definitely be there cheering to make that happen. So look forward to that.
Oh, yes. I am reaching out to everyone wide and far. Basically, no one, including Tim Draper, doesn't know that it's coming, and it's coming soon. And get ready. The auction is about to happen. So I can't wait to be in just total support of such a beautiful mission. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And I think now I will go. I will get to everyone who's showing their picture. Don't worry. Zanka. Guardian Angel Zenka, we're in a mastermind together, and what a glorious talk you gave, sharing your wisdom today, and such a systems thinker. What can we do in support of your really important work, Zenka?
Well, yeah, thank you so much. The most important thing is for us to really connect with our passion, right? And bring to the party what you do best, right? So that we can really self-organize. And one of the things, we'd love to encourage you, if you connected with the ideas of the Dream Machine. When a rocket lifts off of Earth, or when a chick is born in an egg, those early stages are so critical. If you resonated with the project, we ask you to get on the phone. We ask you to reach out to your network to lift the Dream Machine off with these initial pieces, so that other people can put their dreams in, and we can have a supportive environment, both for the seeds conscious crypto, and also this idea that individuals should not be left out of the all hands on deck, right? And this passion and joy that the people bring into these projects are going to be incredible resources and templates for the world. So we encourage you to join us in this initial embrace, so that we can really bring this to the world in a big way.
That's great. And Bastion, I just want to salute the fine work he's doing in protection of elephants. It is so needed. And tell everyone not only what we can do to help support you, Baston, but let everybody here who doesn't probably know the beautiful work that you're doing a little bit about it. And thank you for Zooming in today.
Well, thank you for having me, Molly. It's always a great event that you put together. And it's also very inspirational in the sense that it takes away the intimidation from all these new technologies and trying to figure out how to use that in already complex environments. And so my company is Sambezi, and our mission is to eradicate wildlife poaching from Africa. And we do this through investments and technology. And our technology play is really about forging the fifth industrial revolution for conservation. And we do this through professional services, through which we help conservation organizations make sense out of these the latest emerging technologies, and we help them really deploy that for their specific use cases. And this is kind of like a drum roll. Watch my social media on May 10th. We'll be announcing a brand new platform that we're launching. Can't say anything about it yet because then we'll probably be shut down by the technology partner involved. But it's our own AI IoT conservation solution that's really going to up the game in conservation through technology. And now that, partly because of you, Molly, and the work preparing for this event, to understand that the blockchains and crypto and NFTs are increasingly green energy powered, we can finally get over the threshold where we say, oh, we actually want to use these technologies within wildlife conservation. Otherwise, we're kind of working against our own sort of energy, and now we're not. So that's really exciting. And we've been talking with Dan Mapes and Versus since our inception, really, about how do we tokenize conservation assets, which are extremely valuable, not just carbon, but also specific animals and specific equipment and all kind of stuff that needs to be funded. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in the next couple of months. And we're also looking to fundraise through NFTs through the sale of conservation art. As part of preparation for this, we talked with a Zimbabwean artist, David Filer, who makes life-size pencil drawings, which are like photographically accurate, life-size of an elephant, or like general African wildlife, but specifically one individual elephant called Mojo. Mojo was rescued by our conservation partners in Zimbabwe, and he made his life-size drawing, which is actually shown in Christie's here in Los Angeles. So we're working with him to figure out how we can go through the non-profit path of creating an NFT and doing an auction to raise funds for Wildlife in Zimbabwe, which is our conservation partner. It's a long-lasting conservation family in Zimbabwe with 84,000 acre property that we're securing through the fifth industrial revolution technologies. So we're raising funds for that. So our call out is really for somebody to help us figure out all the nuances. We understand the basics, but all the nuance on how to do a really effective fundraising using NFTs for nonprofit.
Oh, that's fantastic, Baston. Thank you. And I'm thinking about it all the time, and I'm so grateful for the work that you're doing, protecting wildlife and where you're doing it. So keep up the great work, and I think you're onto something big here with the tokenization. And I will do what I can to get help in your direction for sure. Thank you. Now I'm going to, and if I haven't gotten to, don't worry, I will. I'll get to everyone. But I'd like to now introduce Aloha Miranda. Miranda's been here all day long, keeping time, keeping us on track. And guess what? We were on track. We've got just after this our closing session, and we have not been late once. And so thank you, Miranda. It's our first time working on the AI Showbiz team, and you've done just a stellar job. I would like you to tell everyone about the work that you do, both in art and in financial.
Sure. Yeah. So I was a student of Molly's and I just graduated, but it's really great to be here because I actually don't know much about the tech world. And I sure learned a lot about NFTs today. But as you can see, I've taken a lot of notes and I have a lot of questions that I was going to follow up on some of you. But I mean, I would love to know how to actually turn physical art like a drawing or painting into an NFT, like what the platform, is it MetaMask or OpenSea? So if anyone has advice on that, I'd be happy to connect after. And my professional life, I'm a financial advisor. I run my practice through Northwestern Mutual. It's a national practice. And in our planning work today, we're particularly focused on the go-to strategies that work well in light of the looming changes under the Biden tax plan, which is higher tax rates. So how are we going to mitigate that and almost eliminate taxes in a segment of the wealth picture?
Well, I was going to say, could you talk about your art? Because you're so gifted. I got to see some of her drawings. I know that you have this big financial career, and congratulations on graduating a few days ago. Very well deserved. But could you? I would like everyone to hear from an artist's perspective, because your drawings are really quite breathtakingly good.
Thank you. Well, ever since I was in 7th grade, I went to a school called Waldorf, which is kind of like an art school, and from kindergarten to elementary to high school. And all they do is teach you about art and how to be holistic and well balanced, and music. So it's all about integrating art into humanity. And I always loved Renaissance art and drawing sculptures of David, the statue, or religious art as well. And I've texted Molly some pictures, but maybe I'll ask Michael to see what he thinks and if he can help me mint that to an NFT.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you, Miranda. Thank you so much. And now I'll turn to our wonderful host today, who kept everything running so smoothly, Brandy. Thank you so much. It's our first time working directly together, although when she called me, I said I was expecting her call. I just felt like I've known her my whole life. She is such a guardian angel, such a incredibly talented entrepreneur. Please tell everyone, Brandy, about your wonderful work that you've been doing out there in the world.
I'm blown away by today. I've actually forgotten everything that I wanted to say, because to me that's secondary compared to what I just embraced and was fed. And so I'll start by saying this. First and foremost, I am a spiritualist, and I'm a high-level intuitive that sits in circles and helps leaders lead behind the scenes. And for many years, I struggled being able to communicate that wisely, intelligently, and as a business plan, as some of you spiritualists may know. So what I did is I changed it into an investment company. Hello. And we took a reframe on investment. And so the organization is called Being Investments. And so investing in yourself is investing in others. And so what I chose to do is bring in a global board of advisors that would look at projects to see how viable they would be for the marketplace. And of course, typically they were too new, too soon. No one wanted to hear it. Everyone glassed over. And so again, struggle, building the skin, the second layer. I learned how to breathe. And so I went into personal and professional development coaching, and I ended up working with the most superior individuals and getting into their subconscious and their conscious, help them use that energy and form it into their mission, vision, and purpose statements. So that's a part of my life and has been for some time. What I'm doing now is I'm here to support you. I really, truly believe that. Molly, what a gift. Oh, it's not what I know. It's who I know and how it flows through. And so being a bridge to that intelligence is what I'm here for. I mean, it is supernatural, not to get too airy-fairy about it, but it is everything that I am. And so how I do this is I connect your projects with moderators like Jen Yu on Clubhouse, who has over 100,000, 190K followers, and any given moment can bring an auction to explode. He was part of the People's Auction and Aoki auction. He's, has His Majesty the Dalai Lama drop, the Time magazine. So of course, my natural reaction was to partner with him. So that's where I'm at in this rendivorous of my life, and just bringing the most powerful projects to light. And so that's a part of my puzzle here. So one of the projects and how I can see all of us playing a role is we talked about the youth. And one of my projects right now is with Kelly Lavelle, 19-time award-winning young entrepreneur. And we're going to have the largest youth NFT drop. We're aiming for October. Last year, we did a launch in VR, AR, where we took over the United Nations. If I show you, Younga Forum is the website, Younga Forum. In October, we'll be launching again. In September, we'll start the conversations with the youth delegates. We had over 119 influencers and impact. I'll share a little bit more during my presentation just after this conversation, but just know all that's neither here nor there. I'm here to listen and to point and direct traffic how you need it. Thank you.
I call Brandy the miracle maker, and she certainly took this event a few days ago and made miracles happen. And I thank you so much, Brandy, and it's an honor to be able to work with you, truly. Then there is Adrian Ashley, who literally 2 days ago. This is kind of a funny story, but I have not really been active in Clubhouse, and thanks to Brandy, I had this opportunity to work with one of the top influencers on Clubhouse, and I had about a few hours to come up to speed, and I was quite lost, and I called Adrian, and she's literally cleared her whole schedule for several days and has done nothing but coach me nonstop, and made it so much fun too, and just did such a great job today moderating the Q&A. And you really have such a major following out there in the world. Tell everyone, I don't know what area you want to focus on, whatever you want to say that we can do to help you with your goals.
Awesome, thank you. This has been amazing. I always loved AI Showbiz, and I was so excited to be a part of it this year. So I really want to thank you, Molly, for inviting me and allowing me to spend the day with you. It's been eye-opening. My mind has been blown like 5 times. So I am a multi-hyphenate. I'm an award-winning film producer, a nationally broadcast television producer, a social influencer, #1 woman in blockchain, due diligence, compliance. I do NFT design to really drive community. So that's really my sweet spot in the NFT universe, is don't just drop something and get a bunch of cash, drop something and get a bunch of audience that you own your audience and have direct connections. So that's really what I design and build. And I also have a naughty dating app for good girls that gets women laid by putting consent on the blockchain. So that was what I was talking about earlier. He does love that project. It's a super fun one. And so I'm always looking, I actually need AI people, preferably women, because it's taken me a number of years to get inside the minds of women, and now I need to program it properly. And so any referrals to AI developers would be much appreciated. I also did my first drop on Foundation, and it is a series called Revolution 2020. And I need my first bid so that I can get 5 invites so that I can actually invite my other partners on the Foundation. But it's basically me overcoming my PTSD from lockdown in 2020 and thinking, WTF, has everybody lost their ever loving minds?
Well, fascinating repertoire of interests and things that you have done. I mean, you have 74,000 followers on Twitter alone, and
I have more on Facebook. My reach is like 10 million. It's not about the followers, it's about the engagement.
Yeah, you're doing a lot right, and thank you for shining a spotlight on AI Showbiz. Once I got you involved, literally every second my computer went ping, ping, ping with tickets being bought and people coming into this event. So I thank you so much for jumping in and for helping a few years ago when we were in Silicon Valley MC as well. So thank you for returning back. And so now I'm going to go over to George. Now, I met George recently, but I feel like I've known you my whole life, George, and the work that you have done and in support of NFTs is fantastic. But let everybody know a little bit about yourself in case they didn't get to hear your talk and how we can help you with your initiatives.
Wow. Well, first of all, I'm really grateful to you, Molly, for including me in this and introducing me to your network of friends and collaborators. I wasn't able to see all of the talks. I can't wait until you do you release the recorded entirety of it so that I can watch everyone that I didn't see. But basically what my background is in complex problem solving. So that's what I've done for the last 30 years. Mostly primarily as a lawyer, but then also as an advisor to various boards for different companies and different individuals. And my three passions in life have always been art, politics, and business. I served as Nevada's Attorney General. So I've been on the inside of the beast, and it's pretty ugly in there. And so I got out. And but anyway, the art that I'm attracted to is art that is what I call intelligent art. So art that makes a social, political, or ironic commentary. So that's what I'm generally going to be creating. And with this gifted group, there's no end to how other people could add value to what I'm doing or how I could potentially add value to what they're doing. So I would love to connect with anyone and everyone that wants to connect and brainstorm and just think about ways where we can, we all have large Rolodexes, we all have significant histories, we all can reach into corners that can help each other. And I'm more than happy to do that for anyone on this program. I would love to connect. So anyone, I'm looking for artists, gifted artists that do not have to be famous. They just have to be talented. And I'm looking to learn more about the space. So any information that I can get from people that know more about the NFT space, I would love to be educated more than what I know. That's basically it. I encourage you to read my book. It's free. You can download a free copy at millennialsamurai.com. It's 182 chapters. They're only 1 to 3 pages each, and it'll change the way that you see the world, literally. So, go download it and take a look, go on Amazon and check it out and see what the reviews are saying. But I'd love to connect with anyone that's interested and help in any way that I can.
That's beautiful, George. Thank you. Thank you for being part of today and your wonderful talk and the incredible books that you have written and for all of your talent, And now I turn to Nathan. Nathan White is here and a member of our mastermind. And what a great talk you gave today, Nathan, and all the work you do. And you're such a strong force in the world doing good. Tell everyone what you're up to and how we can support your efforts out there in the world.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a fun year. During COVID, we've been able to do our mastermind every week, so it's a way to kind of experience and share ideas and pass them back and forth and kind of work together towards this event and others. So it gave me a lot of goals to set on my 90-day plans, and my next 90-day plan is to have a summit in Mexico with some of our partners down there for the Laguna Salada restoration. But I just wanted to thank everybody here. I wanted to mention, we've created examples of what could be NFTs, but for me, I'm happy to donate those to the Open Earth or Martine or other foundations that can actually use those and monetize those for their foundation. I mean, we're a certified B Corp, but we act as a nonprofit. I'm trying to do the environmental restoration efforts at large scale, and we can only do those with partnerships. So, like I said, Martine, I've reached out to you in the past, and I really am excited to share whatever content we want or you'd be interested in. Same thing with Dan. It would be great to have a collaboration, and I'd be happy to build. That's kind of my funnest part, is building digital space and examples of like you saw, leviathans or hydra units or industrial buildings or large regional infrastructure. So right now, I think the biggest interest is we're going to be submitting to the state of California for our seawater import proposal. So if anybody's interested in being a co-applicant, the more names, the better. To encourage the state that we can not only mitigate dust, but we can create a lot of renewable energy. Or if anybody's interested in joining our space or our X Prize challenge, happy to have you join our team. So yeah, I really appreciate all the time and really excited to see things go forward. A project like we're working on in Southern California can be replicated around the world with people like the people that are here today. So I really appreciate the invitation.
Oh, thank you, Nathan. Thank you for being here today. Next, I'm going to go to Ruby. Ruby, you and I don't know if we've met directly, but welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I would love to learn a little bit more about what you're doing and find out. Thank you for tuning in and zooming in. Find out what we can do in support of your work.
Well, first of all, Molly, we have not met yet, but we know a lot of the same people. And I just want to thank you for this phenomenal event. Wow, 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 and your whole team. And I'm here because I'm very blessed to be one of the core team members of one of the first application companies on Spatial Web, which Dan is a co-founder of. So, along with Zenka. So the founder's not here. His name is Arya Abtahi. So I just wanted to mention that, everything Dan was talking about. So what this startup is that we are focused on being a browser for the wellness and consciousness arena, and also in the SDGs. So you can imagine, everything I've heard today. I'm sure the rest of the team, like I emailed all of them. There's 6 of us right now. I emailed all of them. I said, all of you got to get your butt here, or else you got to listen to the recording. So even though we're in the midst of the spatial web, there was just so much more that is just so important for all of us. So I guess there's 2 things that I like to share personally. And one is that, what George was talking about the fact that we really got to get like real regular people to understand the tech for good behind all of this. Because so many people are afraid. They're afraid of AI, right? We are talking about the dystopian versus utopian. So I really feel like that's one thing that I would really like to see us do. Be able to start educating people. Like I talk to a lot of my, spiritual new age friends, and like it's possible to get them excited, right? And overcome their fears about that, right? It just takes a few sentences, like I've again been so blessed to hear Dan explain the whole technology. And the other thing that I want to mention, like Dan kind of alludes to it, but his whole real agenda is really about elevating consciousness, the upper parts of that the Maslow triangle. And that is the thing that when I really heard him talk about it the first time, I just thought, oh my God, holy Jesus, a la Mother Mary, Saint Germain, like we are going to be able to transform consciousness through technology. Like what spatial web is really all about is going to digitize the whole consciousness field. Right? So the whole thing about the fact that we are going to become wiser, we're just not going to become smarter, through the biomimetics. I really believe that humanity is going to become wiser. And I really am so grateful for this whole spatial web that Dan was inspired to create, like, many years ago. And I won't give away his story. I'll let him tell that sometimes of what inspired him. But I really got that. And I hope this doesn't sound too Pollyanna-ish. I really felt like once this technology really takes hold, is like love and compassion is going to be unstoppable.
That's so beautiful.
That's what I really feel, is like when everything becomes digitized and when it can be supported to deal with people's emotional issues, our spiritual issues, and our deep psychological issues, which is going to be possible through all this consciousness hacking type technology, right?
Yeah.
I just felt like the goodness. This is why when Dan keeps on talking about the golden age, I really feel like, wow, we are on our way there.
Oh.
So,
Ruby.
So the empowerment of the individual is just so powerful, So the other thing is that, Brandy, you mentioned about like empowering women. I'm so glad Tim Draper mentioned. So we've got to be bringing the women on so they're not left behind. So that's another one of my passions. So wherever I can support you all in terms of building community, empowering women's voices, spiritual leadership, social impact business, those are all my passion areas. So again, Molly and team, just amazing, amazing, amazing. Basically, after my first hour here, I canceled the rest of my day.
Oh, wow. Ruby, it is such a pleasure to meet you, and I love your energy and your enthusiasm and what you're passionate about. It's things I care deeply about as well, and I think everyone here at AI Showbiz. So I look forward to many future collaborations indeed. And
Totally.
yeah, and the
Totally.
So,
So I definitely want to be in touch with you and Brandy and, anyways, so what a blessing. What a blessing you've given us all today. Thank you so much.
Well, next I want to introduce my soul sister, Amy Seidman, who is here, and she's so patiently waited. And Amy really should have given a talk today, but I've been so busy, I forgot to invite her. So I want to start by saying I'm so sorry, Amy, but what I was suggesting is maybe you can tell the group here in the roundtable a little bit about what you're doing, and we'll for sure get you back again. She's been a regular with AI Showbiz and is doing such incredible work out in the world on many fronts. Amy.
You know what, Molly, first of all, thank you so much for loving me so. And yes, hi, Dan. And I have the same thing to say to Dan. I was just typing you a note. Hi, I'm sorry I didn't follow up. So much going on. And Ruby, hey, that was so beautiful. I really enjoyed
See you, Amy.
The way you praised everything is just heartfelt. And Molly, thank you for bringing these people together. There's other faces, Robin, I could rattle them off. One thing that I'm doing that relates to NFTs, I'm in a duality right now because I've been working very hard on a business to help track, report, and verify veracity of claims around the flow of resources. So how do we map the truth around sustainable business flows and the whole climate money flows and business flows and so on. And to be a part of I guess, a network mycelium layer that helps connect different projects. And we've been doing really well and making a lot of progress. At the same time, I'm just so busy that how well can you do when you're like that? Then I have somebody who, and we're involving NFTs in the data space, sorry, to qualify, in terms of when people make climate attestations or SDG attestations and truth, and we're looking at it for digital identity. We haven't fully baked all of the tech, but I've been in an interesting relationship with Matic, which I just want to give a shout out to. If we're recorded, everybody, I think they're a great company. And they're offering some really unique layer 2 solutions in the NFT space. So I've been tempted to take my life's work, which has been sitting there kind of hibernating and sleeping, and putting them into NFTs and creating a marketplace. because I have quite a lot of content and people that I'm connected to. So I'm in a dance. So it's been really informative. The sessions that I've learned about to see how people are using that. And I've also had recommendations to also raise money for the work that we're doing with BFlow through the work that I've done. So it's kind of like an interesting journey where everything brings you back to where you started. So sorry, that was a very meandering presentation. I guess I'm not pitching as much as sharing, but I'm really driven by how can we use this technology to solve some of the pain points between us really galvanizing as many people and as many technologies as possible to solve the crisis that we're in with climate and with the way humanity is being in an imbalance. And I'm really inspired by a lot of the work that I'm seeing and the potential. And I think if we can stitch it up fast enough with as many people all around the world doing it, that we can actually solve some of this. Technology moves very slowly, and ideas also can sometimes take off like fire if it has the right structure, but it can also just be a lot of talk. So I'm interested in making things happen and actualizing these dreams. And so I'm glad to be here, and I welcome whoever this resonates. Do you have tech? Do you need us? Let me know. So,
I haven't
thank you.
seen Amy since your birthday.
What's that?
We have to catch up because I haven't seen you since your virtual birthday party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have a real birthday party this year.
Yeah. Yes. I'm so glad you could join us this evening, and thank you for the beautiful work and the beautiful soul that you are. Amy, thank you so much.
Oh, our project is BFlow. It's on my name.
Okay, great. Excellent. All right, Dr. Catherine Fitzgerald is here. She has you know her because all day long she's been contacting everyone. Catherine, everyone showed up.
Yes, we did it.
And on time, which is, people are busy doing their work in the world, especially in our industry. And I don't know how you did it, but I will just share it quickly. A few years ago, I've been working with Catherine for a while now, and she mentored me in my academic career and is just a brilliant mind and has helped me with everything from copy editing my textbook on down. And a few years ago, I said, can you help be the liaison to get everyone on time? And she's like, I don't do that normally. I'm like, you're perfect. And so she just dove in and just nailed it. Like, you just do everything at such a high level. It's such a pleasure to have you here and to be going through life with your help. And Robin, who's not on camera right now, but I'm going to give you a big thank you too. So anyhow, Catherine, maybe there she is. There's Robin. Maybe I'll give a quick shout out to Robin, and then Catherine will have you talk. Robin, since 2009, has helped me with, I think, every event I have done in the world, and there's been all kinds, haven't there, Robin? And she just straightens them out logistically. She's got such attention to detail. She's the director of operations for AI Showbiz. And whatever has to be done, she just gets it done somehow. And she's the one, too, who points out all the things that maybe I need to do a little better so that I stay on point. So thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. Yes, we're all thanking you because it's been such a great day. It's been so fantastic. And I would love for both of you to say some words. I was starting with Catherine, but what would you like to say? Anything to the roundtable, Catherine, about your work?
Sure. So I don't really have a big ask. I'm always here just to support you, and it's really easy because your track record with this, I think everyone's very eager to be here and hear and participate. So it's a piece of cake. I will just share with everyone, actually most of what I've been doing recently is off in the hardcore material science space. I help a bunch of research scientists that are working on sort of the next gen solid state batteries. And so I might eventually, if they talk me into managing that center permanently, I might use some of this stuff to interact with our corporate partners. And we have researchers at multiple universities, so maybe we'll do some cool things instead of just Zooming. And so that, just to let you know, solid state's going to happen. There's problems. It'll be a few years, but that's going to revolutionize energy storage. And I also work with some people that are doing a few things that might make fuel cells actually solve some of their technical and economic problems too. So that's on the hardcore infrastructure for making all this superstructure be sustainable, I guess. And then this session, I actually had been really out of touch with Clubhouse and with NFTs and all this. So I've learned a ton, and it made me think of two problems that were just side gig, blue sky things I thought about like 10 years ago. And one was looking at all of the really talented senior research scientists at universities that are spending so much of their time chasing the same few grants and getting burned out and just not reaching their full potential. So, you know, I had toyed with coming up with an alternative way to get funding to them, and maybe all of this could solve that. So that's one. And so if anyone ever wants to just contact me to Blue Sky, that's one idea. And the other problem was more Hollywood related, and that's finding just newer creative additional revenue streams for films that you know, aren't the blockbuster hits, to break Hollywood out of, you know, feeling so constrained and so fear of failing that they're putting out the same tentpoles and then throwing money at them. And then their you know, their approach to solving the money losses is to have a slate. And so just having, you know, 10 more films doesn't solve anything. So, you know, I had already been thinking about ways to film content while you're on set and get it out to audiences. And all of this might actually finally make it doable. I ended up abandoning it because I thought there won't be enough money in it to change anything about how Hollywood does. And if I did have a good enough idea, somebody would just steal it. So, but I might think about that again. So maybe
I've got distribution to 600 million households worldwide. And you can
I was thinking you and Yannicka and I should maybe sit down and shoot ideas around.
Oh,
so that's it.
That's beautiful. And Robin, I'm going to come back to you in one sec. Doug, have I introed you yet? It's been a long day. Did I intro? I don't think I have for this. Oh, you're on mute, Doug?
Doug Cohulan?
Yeah, Doug, I don't think I've introduced you yet for the roundtable. Have I? Tell me if I have, because it's been.
Well, you asked me about what I could do to help.
Okay. Well, then we got you in. Good. All right.
Yes,
thank you. Good. I was like, did I do Doug yet? I think I started with you. I thought I did, then I wasn't sure. Thank you for the reminder.
No problem.
And then Robin, do you want to say a few words? Robin's corporation is called Managing Chaos, and it's such a good name. Do you want to say a few words? I mean, you've been at the forefront of some of the most incredible events, including not my events, but the Verde Exchange and so many others that you do out in the world, and you make it so easy. Robin used to be with Gannett. Oh, Miguel is up, and we've got him zooming in from Lisbon. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. Or do you want to say a few words, Robin? And now you're perfect timing, Miguel. I'm going to introduce you next.
I just so much enjoy and learn so much from Molly's event. It's so much fun. My day job, I work with a certified financial planner, and we do socially responsible wealth management. But my side gig is managing chaos, which is what I do when I'm helping Molly with events or other people with events. And I also run a very small networking event called Green Business Networking here that's based in Los Angeles, even though I just recently moved to Northern Washington State. But I have learned so much from all of you today. This has been an amazing event, and I enjoy it every year. and have enjoyed Molly's events for over 10 years. So I'm happy to be here, and thank you for the time.
Thank you, Robin, and congratulations on your move to beautiful Port Angeles and all of that, and for helping me manage my chaos. Thank you so much. Miguel, good morning, Lisbon time. Miguel is a great systems thinker. Miguel, we're doing the Executive Roundtable, and we're just chatting here. Everybody's sharing a little bit about themselves and how we can best support each other, and it's been I know you were with us at the beginning. I hope you were able to go to sleep, because unfortunately this event went right through the night of Europe. So welcome, and maybe tell the group just a little bit about yourself and anything we can do. And this is my soul brother. And wait, I can't quite do it. I can't too closely. There it is. Live long and prosper. Yes, you have to be able to do that to get on the Starship Enterprise. So it's truly important. But Miguel, thank you, Miguel. He just shows up and helps me day in and day out with all just such a variety of things. He's so detailed oriented. He's such a great, gifted systems thinker. Yeah, tell the group a little bit about yourself, Miguel.
Thank you so much. I'm really honored, and I love that. I think I went through the whole day, so I had a full day, and then here in Portugal, then I entered into the online event that I stayed, because it's amazing. It was the best event I've been, and it was amazing. Like one after the other, after the other, after the other, just blowing up my mind. I'm really grateful, and I'm really grateful to know you, and for all the help you gave to me. I'm grateful to know the mastermind members that that are in here, and I'm also really grateful to know Dan Mapes, who is awesome. He's the legend.
Did you see Dan's talk, Miguel?
Yes, I've seen everything. Everything.
That means he's been up all night. But yeah, Dan's talk definitely worth an all-nighter for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So my life started as an artist, as an actor, and then I went into business, and then I also have people tell that I'm pretty good at system thinking. So I like to do that as well. And I also work in the virtual reality industry, and so where I've been focused most of my time, I also invest on the side. Some cryptos are going crazy right now, and that's cool. But I also I've been working for a few months now with Dan and Molly, and it's interesting that we are working on how to create the ultimate human so how to advance humanity to be ultimate humans. And so ultimate human could be someone who is has the physique of a professional athlete, has the capabilities of a Leonardo da Vinci in terms of cognitive and skills, and also has the enlightenment power of Dalai Lama, all in one person, and maybe even achieve that by the age of 20 or 15. And so that is one of the biggest things I've been involved in, and that is and it will be great to if any help can come to our way on that, collaborative or funding wise.
Okay, it's an honor to get to work and collaborate with you, Miguel. I have learned so much from you, and teaming up with Dan too on on what it is. So thank you so much for staying up all night long and being here through all of this, and coming on camera as well. And I'm always here for you, morning, noon, night, middle of the night, whatever time it is, I'm always here for you, Miguel. So great work. And thank you. Thank you for being you. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
So I wanted to check right now real quick. We've got a couple of people that aren't on camera, but that normally say hello. I don't know, Dr. Gunnar Newquist is here. Gunnar, do you want to say hello for a moment? Because Gunnar's been here since the very beginning. And the other day he's like, do you need help with anything? And I was like, yeah, can you write these bios? Like he has the most can-do attitude, and he's helped me with every kind of evolution of this event and just always been here. So tell us what you're up to and how's life going?
Oh, Molly, thank you so much. I first want to say I owe so much to everybody that's on this group of talks here. You've all made my life so much better through the years, especially you, Molly. So I'm in Tahoe, and the weather is beautiful, so I can't complain about anything right now. But I'm always looking for fun new things to do, and Dan always has inspired me with everything that's going on with the spatial web. And so I want to make some of the cool things that we've been talking about happen. So let me know what I can do for you. I'm a neuroscientist. I dabbled in AI, even though it wasn't really AI. I wanted to call it natural intelligence, biomimicry. And I love science. And so let me know what I can do to help you guys. I want to get—
I'm in Reno. You can come down the hill and we can go out of the house.
Yes, let's do it. Yeah.
And talk AI.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So let's make interesting things happen on the spatial web.
Wonderful. I'm down.
We love that. Thank you for being here. It seems like you've been here all day, Gunnar, so thank you. You've always been a part of every moment of AI Showbiz since its very beginning. Thank you for the great work you're doing, and keep up the great work. Yeah. And so we have someone else, and we're going to just a little reset so everyone knows our closing remarks are coming from Brandy. She has a very, very special talk, and we're going to get started just a few minutes late because I think there's one or two people who haven't had a chance yet to say hello for the roundtable, and then we're going to close out the event with Brandy's talk and give her a little bit more time to share what she has to share, if that sounds okay for everyone. I see that Debbie Stack has joined us, and I'm on camera. Debbie, did you want to say hello and tell us a little bit about what you're up to?
Yes, thank you. This has been a pleasure. The speakers have been incredible. I saw the conference on social media that a few of my friends speaking, Dan and Brad, and I didn't get to see Brad earlier, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. So Molly, thank you for putting this together. And my background was as a woman in tech. For over 30 years, I retired from IBM as an AI consultant to the media and entertainment industry. For a few years, I've been on sabbatical and have truly enjoyed being part of the community. It started with a Consciousness in AI conference at the Esalen Institute.
Nice. Oh, I think you might have froze. You could try turning off your camera, Debbie. Sometimes that helps if you want to turn off your camera for a second, and then maybe we can hear you to finish your remarks. Or you could also disconnect and resume in. We'll let you right back in. Those two things sometimes are helpful. While we wait for you to either unfreeze or not, is there anyone in the audience who didn't turn on their camera that didn't get a chance to say hello? All right. Well, Debbie, it was so nice getting to say hello. I'm sorry, internet. I mean, it's a miracle that internet has worked as well as it has, given that we're all in different parts of the world and all of that. But I think at this point, given the hour, and we've been at this all day, it's really time for our closing remarks from Brandy. So I'm gonna stop the recording, and as I learned.